Are you ready now?
Sure.
All right, what's our intro?
Let's get ready.
Okay, give me that intro. Welcome to Faith-Filled Nerds, where two happily married nerds explore Christian symbolism, iconography, and theology within various fandoms.
Our goal is to pit them against the source and see how accurate or inaccurate they are.
I'm John Mark.
And I'm Michelle.
And we're here to discuss 2007's Ghost Rider.
Well, you know how sometimes there's movies that come out and they get really bad reviews and they're not really well received.
Yeah.
And then, like, years later, you see it again and it's like a diamond in the rough that just didn't hit the critics right or something.
Yeah.
This isn't one of those
movies. No, it's not. I'll be honest with you. I enjoyed this movie, and I was like, man, I just remember it being bad. Then I saw that.
You kept being like, I enjoyed it. And then Did you enjoy it this time?
Not as much, no.
Did you enjoy my commentary?
Actually, that made it a lot better, to be honest with you. It was... We should have
timed how long they spent on that opening scene. We paid money to watch that movie.
I did pay money to watch that movie.
We didn't pay money to watch Dogma, and I would have, because that's a pretty good movie.
Yeah.
But we paid money to watch Ghost Rider, because we couldn't find it.
I paid money. I saw that movie in theaters.
I did not, because I don't like Nicolas Cage.
I took a girl a long time ago.
You took a girl?
Yeah, it was a girl I was trying to date, and I took her to that. You and your
girls.
Yeah, and I don't remember it being anywhere near this bad.
Dude, what girl? This is 2007.
Yeah, this is back.
So we didn't even know each other.
No, we did not know each other. So yeah, Ghost Rider was another one of those early 2000 Marvel movies, long before the MCU came and actually made
Constantine came out in 2005. I know that's DC, but it's kind of where they were dipping their toes in like comic movies, but they're like,
they didn't know how to do it.
They didn't know how to do it, and DC still may not know how to do it. They were like trying to figure out, how do we translate this to the big screen? And then they're like, well, we can't include the massive universe. So they're like trying to like take them out of their universe and make them their standalone things.
Yeah.
Like Daredevil.
And then they realized,
I don't remember Daredevil being that bad.
I don't know if we might have to watch it sometime just to see. I own that somewhere.
It has the word Daredevil in it. It has the word devil in it. Is that close enough?
No.
They fight in a church.
They do fight in a church. So let's get into this because this is
hot in here.
Yeah, this is an interesting. So we start off the movie with
we're gonna talk.
Some backstory.
10 minutes of backstory.
Apparently, there was Ghost Riders have been the Devil's Bounty Hunter.
This part was cool.
And there was this one town, San Venganza.
That is so not how it's pronounced.
I don't think, I know I'm not,
it's San Van something, but it's not Ga.
San Venganza. Yeah, anyways, it's some village. And apparently the entire village sold their soul to the devil. Like just one massive contract. And the Ghost Rider was sent to collect the contract. And he realized that this is a bad thing.
There's a lot. I was just looking at the wiki to understand who some of these characters are.
Uh-huh.
There's this huge backstory for some of them that we didn't... Is this including Vengeance, the sequel?
It might be. Yeah. It's including... We'll eventually do that one as well, but that one's even worse.
Cosmic Ghost Rider, we need to watch that one.
Oh, jeez Louise.
And an alternate reality of Earth TRN 666, where Thanos conquered all the universe. Frank Castle's early life was seemingly so... Oh, it's Frank Castle becomes the Cosmic Ghost Rider?
Oh, yeah. Is it one of those animated ones?
I can't remember if his name is Johnny Blaze.
Yeah. So anyways.
No, I think it's just Ghost Rider in general.
So the former Ghost Rider, the one that was actually on a horse, saw the contract and was like, nope, and
it was
rode
a
off.
contract of 1,000 souls, but it was the same souls from the town.
Yeah.
That he used to be in, right? Maybe not.
I think, I don't remember. There's some of the stuff I did also check out on because, and then we cut right to a circus act, a Daredevil, a little act where they, jump bikes through a flaming hoop and other sort of like stunt biking stuff of
the Water Angel. Sorry.
The Blaze family, including Johnny Blaze and his dad. And his dad has cancer, and Johnny has a girlfriend. And the devil comes to Johnny and like, hey, I can save your dad's life. Now, it seems like to all of you...
Here's a weird timeline. All right. It's like, so Johnny's like, we're going to run away, Roxanne.
Yeah.
We're going to leave at noon. And then he goes home and he sees his drunk dad and he reads the cancer report on paper, which they don't do, by the way. You would go in and the doctor would talk to you about your diagnosis. They would be like, well, here's your death letter.
Oh, yeah. They might have in the 80s or whatever that was supposed to be.
I don't think so.
70s or
it's not,
whatever time it's supposed to be.
And then he was all like, oh no, my dad's dying. I'm mad. I'm going to go work on my bike. And then, like, the worst devil shows up.
So, if it seems like I rushed through a lot of that section, I didn't.
No, it's about how fast it moved.
It's about that rush.
So, and they're like, oh no, the devil's coming. Here comes the devil. The lights are breaking. Boom, boom, boom. Ooh, we saw his shadow. And it was like a weird, like, dried out crispy devil. And, like...
What did you call it? The Cheeto devil?
Like the dehydrated Cheeto devil.
It looked like a Cheeto.
His shadow looks stupid. Like, there was nothing creepy about it at all. It was like... Like, that's like the image you get from it. Like, that's that laugh is that devil the whole time. I'm evil.
Yeah.
And, like, I was like, man, all they had to do was swap in the devil from Constantine and I'd be sold.
Yeah.
Like, slimy car salesman coming in. But nope, it's just this... Who is it?
I don't remember. He's been in other things. You said something about, the scene where you're introduced to the devil was really weird because he's working on his bike in his garage, in his little shop there.
Oh yeah, the devil's like, hello.
Yeah,
Johnny.
He just comes in and I guess I'm like, is that a thing that happened back in those days?
What's up, yo? Hey Johnny, I hear your dad's dying. Oh, how'd you know about that? I have my ways here. Sign your soul to me and I'll save him. Oh, okay.
Yeah, it was a bad devil.
So, and I don't blame the actor, really. I think the actor is a fine act. It's Peter Fonda.
Yeah, I've seen him in other stuff and he's been way better, but... One thing you were asking is like, where does this idea of selling your soul to the devil even come from?
So he wants Johnny's soul so he can become basically the next Ghost Rider.
Yeah.
And before we talk about like the history or lack of history of selling your soul to the devil, like he's like, sign here, and Johnny is not stupid. He is pretty stupid, but he looks like he's about to go read what he's signing.
Yeah. He
pricks his finger on, I don't know,
He gets a paper cut.
And it dribbles onto the X, and he's like, that's good enough. And I went, no, blood drops don't count if they're not consensual. No, free will's important here. Hello?
I need a cosmic lawyer.
Court.
I need a cosmic lawyer. I want to sue the devil.
I told him, like, he needs to sue the devil. That he is not bound by that contract.
Though you could say that is why Johnny had a lot more, I guess, control over, like...
Well, the other guy he ran away from the devil, too.
Yeah, I guess.
No, the powers don't make sense.
No, they don't.
So, I find out that he wakes up the next day, and his dad's like, I'm good, I'm great. My x-rays came back, and I don't have cancer. Time to go ride my bike in the show. I'm dead.
Yeah, he dies in an accident. That's literally how it happens.
And the accident is the stupidest looking. He's like, I'm driving. Here we go. Gonna go through the rain of fire. And his bike just sort of tips over. Oh no! I fell in the fire that I drive through 1,000,000 times a day. You don't think I don't know how to... Oh, nope, I die.
Yeah.
I'm like, what? He wasn't even going fast. Like, there's nothing He was like had some like they put some black on him, but like other than that,
all of the choreographing budget, all of the special effects budget, all of that went to that
that one
finale
scene at the end.
Yeah, the one scene.
So anyway, so I was finally like, okay, well, where did we get this whole selling our soul to the devil?
Because I'll tell you where it didn't come from: the Bible.
I mean, I guess the closest thing I can think of biblically out of anything is when the devil was like, "Hey, Jesus, kneel to me.
Yeah.
And I'll give you all this stuff."
Yeah.
And I guess that's kind of...
And we do have...
Okay, bugs, bugger off.
Figures in the Bible that have dedicated themselves to evil spirits.
We hear random clapping. I'm trying to kill a gnat.
Okay. You have the sorceress that Saul went to. No.
Yeah.
The one before David. That
was King Saul.
King Saul. Yeah. King Solomon went to.
Not Solomon.
Or King Saul, yeah, you're right. King Saul.
Solomon's
different. Yep. And you have that, and then there is Simon the sorcerer, who
his name was Simon?
Yep. He followed around Peter and James, Peter and one of the other disciples. And he kept asking, he was like, "Hey, you've got power, I want me some of that." And they were like, it's not
what you think it is.
Yeah,
sir.
It's not what you think it is, sir.
Sir, you are confused.
You are, yeah. So you had people that but there's no real the devil coming and like, "I have a contract, sign here and I have your soul." There's none of that. And in reality, like I said, the closest thing is, every day, the choices we make, we choose either good or evil, life or death. And it's not like one contract that dedicates us. It's, with each choice we make that can add to that. So, but a lot of the information that both Michelle and I found, a lot of it was conflicting, inconsistent. Near as we could find from our research.
It's Faust.
Yeah, Faust. Well, one source says that it may have been older than Faust.
Well, you talk about people making deals with fairies and fae, and that's pretty old. That's probably older than Faust.
Yeah, and
even folk have been a staple
in European mythology
Celtic and other mythologies.
And even Faust was originally, before it was made into the play and had a lot of the religious things attached to it, was a folktale, a German folktale from way back. So yeah, it's more or less, from what we could find, probably derived more from
I really thought it would be in other places, but...
No, not really. I mean,
the story of Faust is tragic.
Yeah.
It's a really tragic story.
Well, do you know why it probably... Because my first thought was is there anything in any of the extra biblical Hebrew stuff where you have this happening? And there isn't. And do you want to know why?
Why?
Well, it's because their concept of the soul is completely different than ours. Most of our concept of the soul, i.e. this ethereal essence that lives within our bodies as a vessel, that is a completely Hellenistic Greek idea. That was the Greek philosophers saw that our physical bodies were like a vase, and what made us was this ethereal essence that was poured into the vessel, and then when the body died, that ethereal essence went somewhere. That was their thing.
Yeah.
The Hebrews did not have that concept of the soul or the spirit. Now, the spirit, as we've talked on the show before, translated as roha. I am not going to do the proper pronunciation because I've got a bit of a sore throat. Means spirit, but it also means breath. And that was... a lot of the passages talk about the that spirit, that breath going back to God. God breathed it into humanity to make them living beings, and then when we die, that breath goes back to God. But there is also this idea of the soul, but it's a little different. In a lot of places in the Old Testament, we translate, the word that we translated to soul is a word, nephesh. And actually nephesh means throat. Even in the I can't think of the room, the Shema, the word that they use in there is nephesh. All my heart, my soul, body, and strength. That word is nephesh. And nephesh was the word they used for throat, but it was also seen as, since your throat is the thing that connects to your head, and your head is where they thought that your consciousness resides, and the throat can turn the head this way and that. When they talk about the soul, the nephesh, it's not this thing that's separate from your body. It's you. It's like your soul is everything that you are. That's your soul. So the idea of selling one's soul would not have been something that the Hebrew people would have been like, that would have been kind of a weird thought to them. So it's likely the idea of selling one's soul to the devil probably did come from European mythologies, like dealing with the Fae and deals made with them. Because a lot of those stories have whoever made that deal with the Fae, get pretty much unmade by the fine print, because there's always fine print, you know. And with Johnny, his contract had fine print. The devil did heal his dad's cancer. Cancer did not kill his father.
Nope.
Bad special effects did. Yeah.
Slowly falling off his motorbike is what killed him.
Yeah.
Well, and I have a question about the timeline here.
Okay.
Right? So, the girlfriend and him, he's like, I'll meet you tomorrow at noon.
Right.
And then he goes home, sees his dad sick, makes the deal with the devil, goes to bed, wakes up, his dad's fine, his dad goes, and does a show at what time?
I don't know when they do shows.
Carnies, but like, they don't have a show at 10 a.m. or whatever it was. No, the way, it doesn't make any sense.
Well, okay, the Kansas State Fair, they have shows like that early.
And then he goes and he drives away and he's like, bye, girl.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, no, I agree, the timeline's all...
These are two different awkward, and these actors are not even the actors that play them later, by the way. This isn't Nicolas Cage yet. And this isn't whoever plays Roxanne.
Yeah.
Such a pointless character. Gotta have that love interest.
Yeah,
gotta be a strong, independent woman who also is not that independent.
Apparently, who really needs that man for whatever reason. Like, anyways,
forced chemistry.
So when Johnny,
the guy I liked died. Which friend?
Oh yeah. So when Johnny's father dies, he rides off angry, and the devil like has this scene with him. I guess that's the point in time he actually puts like, the spirit of vengeance in him, because he like does this thing where he's like touching his shoulders and stuff, and it's
bad touch.
Yeah, it's a little bad touch. And then he drives by and sees Roxanne there on the hill and just like looks at her and then drives off.
She had a pretty good face there.
Yeah.
Her I'm happy to see you too. Oh no, something's wrong.
Yeah.
And then years later he ages into Nicolas Cage.
For some reason.
And, I don't know why they couldn't just keep the other actor. They didn't look that different in age.
Well.
They don't even look alike.
Or why didn't they just... I guess they didn't have the de-aging technology that they have now with CG and...
Why not just show the backstory and flashbacks
Yeah,
anyway?
That's what I'm saying.
Or at least, or spend another 15 minutes on like making me care.
Yeah, it was so rushed. So yeah, you flash forward and Johnny Blaze is now a super famous stuntman. The likes of...
It's called Daredevil.
Daredevil, whatever. The likes of Evel Knievel and...
Yeah, he's jumping all sorts of things. He's surviving crashes he shouldn't survive. He's super famous.
Yep.
And he has a crew, and he's avoids drinking because it gives him nightmares.
Yeah, but he loves his jelly beans.
But he loves candy because he's quirky.
Yeah. He loves candy and apparently, like, nature documentaries about monkeys.
Man, he really liked monkeys.
Yeah.
It was weird.
I know.
There were some weird choices going on.
Like, I'll be honest with you, though, I feel like that wasn't like, hey, this would make my character better. I feel like that was like, Nicolas Cage, like, can I have my character, like, really be into monkey documentaries and eats candy? And they just like, yeah, sure, whatever, Nick.
Whatever, Nick. This is back when he was still an A-list actor.
Yeah.
For the 3 years.
And so...
Let's see, what happened? I don't remember.
Oh, yeah, then we cut to a scene of, like, this biker bar, and this, like, wannabe devil shows up. Yeah. The younger devil.
His name is...
Blackheart. Which I'm like...
I'm like 12 years old going, give my character back? That's my character.
Well, I'm also...
Dark, broody, handsome boy, evil, out to destroy the world, named Blackheart. I wrote that.
I mean, you have, like, his father is Mephistopheles, and he named his kid Blackheart. I mean, I'm like...
Look, he's not very creative. Okay?
No, I guess not.
But his name, yeah. Oh, yeah, by the way, it's not even really the devil. It's Mephistopheles, or Mephisto. No, it's not Mephisto.
Yeah, it's Mephistopheles, which in the Marvel universe, the Marvel devil is Mephisto, which even in the story of Faust, Mephistopheles wasn't the devil, he's just like...
But they keep saying they made a deal with the devil, so I guess he really represents the devil.
Well, because the name Mephistopheles is associated with the devil, even though in the original Faust, that wasn't the devil. Mephistopheles was just like the devil's, like, I don't know, salesman.
Alright,
whatever.
So Blackheart goes to this bar, which apparently
he kills
all the humans.
It's a Hell's Angels bar. It's a private bar.
He kills all the people in there.
Yep.
And then he meets up with 3 fallen angels. They're called angels in the wiki.
Yep, they are. They are the angels. No, those are the angels. If they're referring to the angels that were trapped on Earth, those are the Gagori.
From Enoch.
Yeah, those are 3 of the Gagori. Because if you remember the story of Enoch...
they hide it in the elements, so one's water, one's earth, and one's wind. Yep,
if you remember the story of Enoch, the Gagori, or the Watchers, were...
We've talked about them.
They didn't get sent to hell, they got trapped on Earth, buried deep within the core of the Earth, I guess. For all eternity, or at least until the Earth is destroyed. Yeah, and then something happens.
These guys don't do that. He gets them out, and he's like, I'm going after the contract. You guys want in? And they're like, what do we get out of it? No, they don't ask that. They just go in.
Yeah.
And they're like, sure, the world. Oh, we can
they're like, well, I didn't have anything better to do today.
I can't wait to kill myself off slowly throughout this movie.
Yeah.
They're like Van Helsing, the brides.
Yeah.
A lot less hot or entertaining.
Yeah. They're not, I wouldn't even, the only thing that I would...
because there's 3 of them.
There's 3 of them, and they get killed off one by one. That's the only similarity. So, Johnny is gonna do this, a stunt, and, he gets, an interview. Oh, before that, he's having this conversation with, like, his manager, and he's, like, talking about, that he wants, there's a decision he made, he regrets this decision, and he's wanting to know, like, if he believes in second chances. Which, this is a part of the movie like Michelle already kind of brought this up, that has some real theological to it. Because the idea, that's why the idea of selling one's soul to the devil just doesn't work, because there's always grace. Even if that's something the devil could do, is like make contracts with people to sell their soul. Like, the thing about grace, like, God is more powerful than the devil.
Well, that's not what I was pointing out. I was pointing out that he could probably dispute that contract.
Well, yeah, that too. And it was like,
I was so, at the whole movie I was going, dude, don't, you just dropping blood on it and not considering it. Like, I mean, putting blood on it and saying, oh, put some blood on here and you agree to this deal. No, he was just like, what's this deal? Oh, blood got on it. That's not how it works.
Yeah, you don't like dribble
I would like some rules and regulations in my bad Marvel movie.
You're not locked into a legal contract because your ink pen malfunctioned and dribbled some ink onto
it doesn't count.
Yeah.
Devil was playing fast and loose.
Well, yeah.
Anyway, so yeah, he was like having this conversation. And you're like, oh, yeah. And you were like, all like, yeah, oh, good, interesting. You know, about finding grace. That's interesting for this character. I'm like, this scene has no impact on the movie whatsoever.
It's sort of the theme that they try to have with the movie, but they don't land it at all. Like, not even a little. It's, like I said, guys, this is a bad movie. This is a worse movie than I remember it being.
Yeah.
So anyways, they're getting ready to do, and he's like, I'm looking for a sign for a second chance. And so you cut to, them getting ready for, you know, the stunt, and these reporters are trying to ask him questions, and the weirdest intro.
Oh, this scene, it blows my mind. They're like in a football stadium, walking down one of those loud football hallways.
Yeah.
That goes to the field. And they're like, Mr. Blaze, don't talk to me, Mr. Blaze. And they're like, Mr. Blaze doesn't do interviews. Mr. Blaze. Maybe he'll do one for me.
Yeah, will he do one for an old friend? And it just carries over. And it's not even like she's not there with the rest of them with a mic, you know, organically. No, she's in the doorway of the hallway with light coming
from
through.
Behind her.
Yeah.
Illuminated this blue dress. She's like, will he do one for a friend?
And she's posing.
And then
like
she just saunters.
Posing.
And he's like, it's Roxanne. She's back, everybody. Who's shocker.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, but what? How does she get her voice to carry over all the shout?
And was she just waiting there in that doorway?
She's like, don't worry. I know how to get him to do an interview with me. I'll stand right.
I'll just stand here. Everybody away from me. I need this doorway. I need this.
Reporter. The only woman reporter in this room. Make way!
Yeah, I need this doorway. Trust me, it'll look great. It'll be great. Yeah, it was dumb. It was so dumb. So she tries to do the interview.
Funny.
Yeah, she tries to do this interview, and he's like trying to ask all these personal things.
He's like, oh, when did you get back in town?
And,
I've been watching you on TV.
The one,
and I played out, this conversation would have happened before they did the interview.
It absolutely would have. The one scene, though, that actually made Michelle laugh is, like, he's, like, actually, like, focuses in on, like, what he's supposed to be doing, like, doing this interview. And he asks, I don't even remember the question. And he just gets right up to the mic, and it's
he
like
goes,
a good, yeah.
Yeah.
And that's it. That's the whole.
And, like, it was just a super long pause. Yeah. And I just was like, okay, there's Nicolas Cage. There he is, that weirdo.
Oh, he's such an odd man. I personally love
him.
I love
Wicker Man
Nicolas Cage movies because.
Have you watched the Wicker Man remake?
Oh man, that's such a weird one.
Please. Anyway,
say what you will about Nicolas Cage.
That's what killed his career right there.
Say what you will about Nicolas Cage.
He's in the Left Behind movie, the new one that didn't do well because it was boring.
Yeah, actually, I think
let's do that one. Let's talk about Left Behind, everybody. Who wants to talk about Left Behind and the problems with that?
Anywho, say what you will about Nicolas Cage. At least most of his movies, at least he's like weirdly entertaining.
Yes, but like in the serious movies, he shouldn't be.
I know.
Entertaining.
I know. Anyways,
like Wicker Man.
So he does the jump. He's getting ready to do the jump, and his manager's like, "Oh, thanks for taking the cars out of the jump. That makes me feel a lot better." And then the stadium roof opens, and these like Black Hawk helicopters come down, and I'm like, I don't know much about stunt work, but I'm pretty sure that your stunt coordinator would quit, yeah.
I mean, it's so wrong. He went behind a stunt coordinator. I was just like watching this. I was like, dude, how did he not know? How did they not talk to him about this?
Yeah.
There's no way. And I'm like, I know. There's so many movies where you just gotta suspend your belief, right?
And also,
but
ladies and gentlemen,
made it really hard.
And also, ladies and gentlemen, Black Hawk helicopters are military helicopters. Somebody would have had to. No, they said that they were Black Hawk helicopters, and those are military vehicles. Those are very big, much bigger than they were in the movie. Also, the coordination for that, his stunt coordinator would have had to have known because the amount of paperwork and like waiver forms you would have had to sign.
Johnny Blaze is too cool. He can get whatever he wants.
Yeah, no,
no one cares about Daredevil's this much in that day and age? Nobody cares.
Anyways,
so he jumps them.
He jumps them
perfectly.
Perfectly.
Because he can't die.
Yeah.
It's kind of what they're hinting at, is how he fulfills his oath to the
devil,
the devil. He can't be killed.
Yeah.
So he keeps surviving these crazy crashes and all of that and jumping over. And I looked at John Mark and went, what if he like just fell and died here and just blades and just the end of the movie? It was just this big plot twist. But no, we didn't get relief that soon.
And he's like, he lands and he's like, I gotta go see Roxanne. He just goes. He
dips his own big show.
Yep.
Goes down the highway, catches up, can't get him to pull over, eventually stops in front of them, they can pull over, stops a highway, makes a highway traffic jam 4 miles long.
Yeah.
Gets her to agree to go on a date with him. She's like, don't be late. And he's like, don't worry.
But, if you've seen any movies like this, he's going to be late.
The next scene, she's literally at the restaurant waiting for him.
Yeah.
And he's still home.
And he's still home getting ready.
Trying to psych himself up. And I'm like, why haven't you left yet, dude?
Yeah.
Like, you should be gone. You should have been there before 8.
Yeah.
And then he's like, why are my hands red? What's all everything's hot? And then he becomes the Ghost Rider, of course, because can't make it to that date.
Yep, because you
could tell the next part.
Drama, it's then some of the actually cool stuff starts happening.
Yeah, except that Ghost Rider looks terrible.
Yeah, I forgot that. I don't know, maybe it's because
his voice sounds cool.
My standards have risen. I remember watching this and being like, regardless of all the complaints people have about it, at least the Ghost Rider looked cool. And then I saw it again, I'm like, what did I see in this movie? Like, what? This is...
Your little boy brain was it's cool action.
I guess. They
made it for you. Just like they made all of those Transformer movies for the plebs.
So,
he does... If you like the Transformers movies,
he does Ghost Rider things.
I'm sorry.
Before then, there was a guy in a train yard that gets killed.
Oh... The cute little conductor.
Yeah.
He was this big kind of plump guy, and it was like, I wonder if this guy likes trains. He was wearing overalls and like the conductor hat and
It's like, oh, okay, this guy works in
the train.
This guy works in a trade yard. We need to make sure that the audience knows that this guy works in a trade yard. We're going to put him in.
I can't believe they didn't give him a gas lantern to hold out.
No, they gave him a lantern. I don't know.
Did he have a lantern?
Yes, it was a kerosene lantern, but it was still a lantern. I don't know, because he would have a regular flashlight if he's
okay. Also, the reason the demons were there, the fallen angels and the demon guy was because that was where the graveyard used to be, where they think the contract of 1,000 souls is hidden, the same contract that the Mephistopheles wants, but Blackheart also wants it because he wants to take over the world, and that's why he has these guys with him. Are you following? And then he go there, and they're like, where's the graveyard? And the conductor's like, I don't know what you're talking about. They moved it. Where? I don't know. The church would know. Okay. Die. And they kill him. And I'm doing a hand motion. None of you can see of me stabbing this guy. And then Ghost Rider comes in on his cool motorbike. He's like, oh, I'm Ghost Rider, and I'm gonna come in here and kick butt. And he's like, oh, he's kicking butt. And then he gets his butt kicked, and then he kicks the butt back. And then he kills the Earth guy. And this poor Earth angel, he gets wrapped up in the chain from the Ghost Rider, and he looks around and is like, help me!
And his friends are dipped.
His friends have dipped.
They are gone. They're gone, so.
I was just like, guys, you might have had a chance if you all ganged up on him.
It's like, my dude, you need to get new friends.
And we know Blackheart can actually beat the Ghost Rider right now. Later on, he's not affected by Ghost Rider abilities.
Yep.
So, why did he dip? Dude, he could have stopped your problem right here, right now.
Don't know.
Anyway.
So he rides off. He finds this lady getting mugged, and
she's so cute. She's like this plump girl.
Yeah.
And she's got the necklace with the spikes in it. She's all punk looking. And she's getting mugged, and he saves her, and she's just really adorable. He's like, he kind of motions, and she's like, oh, me? Okay, I leave. And
And
I was sitting there going, why isn't the movie about her?
the whole reason they have this scene is because they need to set up the
ending, basically.
They need to showcase one of Ghost Rider's signature powers, which is actually in the comic book.
Wait, I want to say it.
Go ahead.
The penitence stare.
That thing. Which basically
It's also a Pokemon move.
Yeah, which it turns all of your...
Pikachu, use penitence stare. Pikachu looks into the eyes of the enemy Pokemon and sees all of their cries.
I know what you do.
I know what you've done.
Causes damage to both parties. So psychic damage to both parties.
The trainer also takes damage.
Yeah, the trainer also takes damage. And it basically takes all of their sins and it turns it against them and basically turns their eyes into charcoal.
They feel the pain of the people they hurt. Yeah. And then their eyes are charcoal and I'm not sure what that means. They don't really explain what happens to those people afterwards. They don't die.
Maybe they do.
That guy was still breathing and moving.
Who knows?
It's not important. Just to know that you can look into a soul and judge them.
Yeah. So
they set that up, and then he goes.
Well, and then as he's riding out, riding
he
off,
ends up in the graveyard.
He winds up in the graveyard as the sun comes up, and
apparently he can only be Ghost Rider at night.
Yeah, I guess.
Or in the shadow. He can't be Ghost Rider in the sun because sun good, night bad, and he has the powers of the devil. So.
Yeah, but the sun can be bad.
Nope, sun not bad, sun good.
It gives you cancer.
Only sun good, no bad sun.
Okay, fair enough.
It's the rules of the movie,
I guess,
that only apply when they feel like it.
And then we meet
the only good character and the
coolest character.
The coolest character.
I'm pretty sure that acter has to be dead by now.
No, he's not. I don't know.
I can't remember his name. He's like when you think of gruff mentor cowboy.
He's hot grandpa.
It's that guy. It's like
I'm looking it up.
This is the caretaker. That's what they refer to him through the movie. And
it's Sam Elliott.
Yeah, Sam Elliott. Sam Elliott is if you look at grizzled, kind-hearted Western grandpa. This is the picture that will be in the first and
yes,
foremost.
He was born in 1967 and he is still alive.
Is he still alive? Yes. Holy crap. Because he looks
not that old.
How old is he?
I don't know.
Because he looks way older than he probably is. Because he's done so many of those. I think he was a big spaghetti western star back in the day. I could be wrong. I don't know anything about
no, you're just
westerns.
Things. So he's born in 1967.
Oh, I guess he's not.
No, he's not. 1944. There's the right age. I was like, there's no way he's just 53 years old.
Yeah, I was going to say, that's not...
He did not age very gracefully otherwise.
So anyways, the caretaker...
he's 76 years old. So yeah, he could be dead technically.
Yeah,
he's
but he's not. Yeah,
he is famous for... Give me a second.
Probably quite a few things. I've seen him in a lot of stuff.
Elliott played Tom Keaton in the miniseries Aspen.
Wasn't he in
He later played an abusive wife killer in the miniseries Murder in Texas.
Wasn't he also in The Magnificent Seven?
His future wife, he made with his future wife and starred in Death in California in 1985. The Shadow Riders. He played a supporting role in Mask. Opposite Cher, Buffalo Girls, Family Squad, Gunsmoke.
Gunsmoke, I recognize.
He made an appearance in Gunsmoke and Hawaii 5-0. Anyway, so he is the most manliest man. He's this manly cowboy. Like, I don't care how he's old. I was just like, man, that is an attractive fellow.
Yeah.
His voice. I was like, why is this movie not about his story? About how he was greedy and became the Ghost Rider and how he's been seeking redemption ever since. And he has a cool skeleton horse. Ugh.
Well, anyways, we don't know that he was the Ghost Rider yet, but we're pretty sure.
You're watching this movie, you're like, I wonder who the old Ghost Rider was.
Yeah.
Who's the narrator from the beginning?
Yeah.
And he comes in and he's like, talking in this deep cowboy accent, and you're like, that might be him, but I'm not sure.
So he also acts as sort of the bit of exposition, but
he played
honestly,
General Thunderbolt Ross in the 2003 action film Hulk.
Oh, that's
he played
right.
Ross.
Oh,
and the 2003 one.
Yeah, that one.
No.
Yeah.
Oh
no.
I saw that in theaters. It was very bad.
It was so bad.
I was very young, so I don't think I realized how bad it was.
He explains to Nicolas Cage about, the Ghost Rider powers and stuff like that. So he basically is exposition. And for some reason, Nicolas Cage is like, okay, well, I understand all that, but now I'm going to do exactly what you told me not to. Because he tells him, like, hey, you should probably hide out here, not,
Because he can't come on holy ground.
Yeah, and he's like, oh, yeah, I understand what you're saying. I'm not going to do that. I'm going to actually go right back to my house. So he goes back to his house.
Sorry, I'm looking at Sam Elliott's life. It's much more interesting than this movie.
Yeah, he goes back to his house, and he starts reading about stuff. He's like,
Roxanne comes back.
Yeah, I got to get control over this. And he actually, is able to, summon fire to his hand, even though he's not in Ghost Rider form, and he lights some candles. Whatever. And then yes, Roxanne comes.
She's like, your lift was open, because of course he lives in a really cool weird apartment thing that has a lift to get into it.
Yeah, it's like a garage, and
it's pretty cool.
It is.
Why does everyone get to live in cool places like that? Where's our cool place? That is not child friendly.
No, it is not.
That's why we don't get to live in cool
Rowan
places.
would play with that elevator all day
He would
long.
kill himself. He would die.
He would. So they have she comes to confront him about.
Oh man,
she's
like so mad.
And then she
I'm mad. And then she makes out with him.
Yeah, she kisses him, and I'm like,
she's like, how dare you stand me up? I'm never going to see you again. Blah 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 blah. And he's like, you're right. We shouldn't see each other again. Because he's trying to protect her, right? He's doing the whole superhero thing. You right, yes, of course. You are absolutely right. The way I treated you, everything, you are 100%. She's like, well, I had to see you one more time because I'm leaving town. Because he confronted her earlier, met up with her, and she called him a carny, remember?
Yeah.
Then, see, we can't remember because...
Oh, yeah.
They were interviewing people after the train stuff. Don't worry, guys, it's not important.
It's not,
And she was rude to him, and I was like, obviously rude to him. Duh, he stood her up. But, and then she's like, I'm sorry for being rude to you. I don't know the last thing I say to you. He's like, you're right, though. You were all right the whole time. And she's like, I'm going to kiss you now. And
he's trying to shoo her out of here because, he knows that this is probably not the safe place.
It's so out of left field. You're just like, huh?
And she's like...
The sexual chemistry does not exist. Hello?
Yeah, it's just, it's bad.
I don't even care. Their talk is weird. Everything about this relationship is just awkward.
Yeah. To say these two,
you're both hitting your midlife crisis, and your marriage failed, and all of that. You're just desperately trying to capture that bit of your childhood that was taken from you when he left. But chill, lady.
Everything is so forced. Everything. Yeah, the cat's screaming at us. Everything's so forced. Everything's so awkward. It's just bad. So, anyways, he tells her. He tries to shoo her out. And she's like,
what's going on?
Why? And then he tells her the truth, which is a surefire way of getting somebody to not believe you, especially when the truth is way more outlandish than fiction. But he knows, and she leaves, and then the cops show up.
And then I got on my phone.
Yeah. Then the cops show up because apparently when he was on his little ride of vengeance, his license plate came off his bike. And they come in with SWAT level.
Hey, can we talk to you, sir? No. They're like, let's get this guy.
Yeah, they've got guns drawn coming out he's already he's already got 12 hostages in the back.
I know, and it's this, and it's dude, his license plate was there. That could mean someone could have just stolen his bike.
Yeah.
You guys don't have enough information to treat him like this horrible murderer.
But the thing about this movie is it's in a big hurt. It has all this stuff it wants to do, but it wants to do it real quick, so it has no time to breathe. So it's got no time for that detective work of the detective being like, hey, we found this at the scene of this crime. Can you explain? There's none of that. It's just bam, full SWAT team, then bam, into the interrogation room. You're the murderer. You're a monster. Boom, into a holding cell. They try to good cop, bad cop him and everything, and he's just
yeah. Guys, I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah, And
then, so he's in the cell, and it's night out, and he's like, don't put me in the cell, don't do it. And the Ghost Rider's like, yes.
Yeah.
Look at all these evil people.
Now, here's the thing about Nicolas Cage playing Ghost Rider. If you're going to have these sort of like transformation scenes of a dude like looking like he's on like a million different drugs, that's what your transformation scene you want to go with, because he transforms when he's around evil people, where he gets put into the cell with all of these like
see their guilt,
comically evil criminals. Like,
yeah, like they're like, we're bad guys.
Like,
can't you tell?
Here's the thing. I work in corrections.
I guess these police officers actually arrest guilty people.
Yeah. I work in corrections, okay? I am with people that are like legitimate, you know, they've done horrible things. They don't act like that.
No.
Like, I've been around, like, I work around straight up serial killers. They don't even act like that. It's like Saturday morning cartoon villain.
Yeah. Like,
levels.
It's like, dude, what is happening? And then there's like this one person in there who looks like they're 12.
Yeah.
There's like a kid in there who's in there, and they put him in with these hardened criminals. And I'm like, dude, somebody call this child's parents and send him home. Like, why is he in there?
Well, it's one of those, because they did used to have those scared straight campaigns.
They don't put them in with them. They put him in a empty cell beside them.
That's true.
Anyway, so he goes all Ghost Rider, and
But this is the thing about Nicolas Cage. So this transformation scene is so Nicolas Cage, it hurts, because he's like if you want somebody who's like tweaking, if you want an actor to play somebody who's just like absolutely losing their crap tweaking, just cast Nicolas Cage and be like, don't give him a script, don't give him anything. It's like, Nick, you're on drugs, go with it, and film whatever happens, because that's basically what we have here. So yeah, he does a transformation thing.
And then he grabs a dude and he's like, I see your guilt. And he does the penitent stare, and then he just blows up everybody else. And he doesn't have time to penitent stare everybody. Does he even penitent stare them, or did he just blow up?
He penitent stares everyone. It's just sort of like, it cuts.
He used an AoE.
It cuts. It cuts to like time lapse.
How did a police officer not see what was happening? They're like in a pub, like in the jail tank there. Anyway, so he's like, bah! And then he looks over at the kid. He's like, innocent.
And then he leaves.
And the kid passes out. And I was like, all right, well, at least it wasn't Shia LaBeouf. So, yeah. I mean, it could have been Shia LaBeouf.
It really could have been. Like, honestly, this is that time.
Kid. That was a cute actor. Like it would have been like, and I don't mean like cute, like attractive. I mean, he was
yeah.
He did a good job, buddy. I hope you enjoyed the $12 they paid you.
I know, right? So he gets his bike out of Impound, and then you have this scene that's like,
oh, the action scene when he's being chased down
by the cops, and I'm like, I don't know.
Oh, he also fights the wind guy.
Yeah, he does fight the wind guy.
He kills the wind angel with his chain whipping around really fast. And
it makes a little like a fire tornado kind of thing.
And then he's like driving up and down buildings, right?
Yeah, yep.
And I don't remember. I think I wasn't watching the scene.
Because it was a dumb scene.
I got bored.
It was a dumb scene.
No, but I did like the scene where he catches the helicopter, pulls it, and it's like, you're bugging me. Sorry.
And he like slingshots him, but like, lets him go.
Because he's not, it just was funny. Like, I kind of wish we could have hung out with this actual Ghost Rider more than Nicolas Cage.
Anyways, it's funny because, the whole time this chase scene's going on, like, it didn't need to happen. It didn't need, there was like a bunch of like faffing about for like, it went on too long.
They're padding time.
Look
at how cool our special effects were. Yeah. Boys and girls, your special effects did not age.
No, it did not.
I don't even know if it looked good to begin with.
In any case, but it does. There is one thing that happens, like
why he's gone.
Like while he's going up and down
for the first time.
While he's driving up and down these buildings and stuff, like. Roxanne's packing, and she looks over. She sees this, like, streak of fire going up the building, and she's like, oh, everything he said must have been true, and that's him.
I thought she saw it on TV.
No, she sees it. Like, she looks out a window, and she sees it.
Man, a streak of fire. Got to be the Ghost Rider.
Gotta be the Ghost Rider.
Truth.
The logic.
And then she goes back to his house to find him.
Yeah.
And he's not there because he's with Cowboy.
Yeah.
And
his friend's there.
And they're like trying to do research.
Yeah.
Before they can do research, Death Heart.
Dark Heart.
Dark Heart. He's
or Black Heart or whatever.
He's a Put My Little Pony. Hello, guys. I'm Dark Heart. This is my cutie mark. And she's a Black Heart.
Does sound like a My Little Pony?
No, that's My Little Anyway, so Dark Heart, the brony, is there. And,
yeah, he's there.
Now, okay, imagine him if he's wearing a Rainbow Dash hoodie.
No.
Rainbow Dash hoodies at conventions?
No. So yeah, he's there. He kills some
This
friends.
is my OC. Can you draw it? I love fandoms, by the way. I am a part of many fandoms. I mean the best. It's just, there was a stereotype. Anyway, so Darkheart's like, well, I'll make him do what I want him to do. And he, like, kills his friend who was funny and interesting. So, bye, comedy relief. And then he waits for Ghost Rider to return. He's like, I have your girlfriend and you're going to breed. You work for me now. And they have a small fight, but the penitent stairs. No, that didn't happen yet.
No, this is when that happened. Well, no, I think it happened before. It happened before.
At the town. No, it happened at the town. Remember, he shoots him with fireballs and then gets up to him and then tries to penitent stare him? And then he's like, I don't have a soul.
Yeah, it happens somewhere in the movie. It doesn't matter.
Yeah. That's basically, he can't penitent stare Darkheart because he
doesn't have a soul. He is a soul.
And ponies don't have souls.
Whoa.
So,
wow.
I just...
We are gonna get emails.
No, we're not. No one watches that show anymore. Everyone's moved on. It's fine. I actually like My Little Pony.
So he's like, yeah.
Life.
So he gets, like you said, does the thing. They have a fight. He loses. Ghost Rider loses.
Yeah, so he has to meet him at the town where all the souls are.
Yep.
Which is the one we can't say, Venezuela.
San Vengaz and
Anyway.
Whatever.
So he goes back to Caretaker, and the Caretaker's like, I'm the other Ghost Rider, actually, and I have the thing he's looking for.
And was it his shovel?
He kept it in his shovel, but he stayed on holy ground.
Yep.
He's like, I have the high ground!
Even though there is a scene in a church.
Yeah, when he goes to the church to find out where to look, he walks right into the church like it means nothing.
Like, I
was like, what counts as hallowed ground? Because a Catholic church, I feel like it's pretty hallowed ground. They're the only ones who really believe in that. Like, I don't believe in that kind of stuff that much.
I guess I
believe in it a little because God, like, literally says this is hollow ground. Yeah. But anyway.
There is no consistency in this movie, yeah. The idea
Darkheart can because he's weird and doesn't have a soul.
And the whole thing with hallowed ground is, I mean, it is a thing in the Bible, but it, like, anywhere can be a hollow ground. I mean, Moses was talking to, God in the burning bush, and it's just out in the middle of, like, nowhere, and God is like, this is hollow ground. It's hollow ground because the presence of God is there, not because you built a cathedral there and said, now
that's not what that means, because they have to bless the area.
They do have to sanctify it.
There's a whole ritual for it. Don't knock it.
Yeah,
it's a religious state.
They do have to sanctify it, and the whole thing about holy or hallowed ground is it really just means, like, holy just means set apart. So, really, he shouldn't have been able to go into this chapel because...
By the rules they set up, yeah.
Yeah, so it makes no sense.
We're not worried about that. So, we're just going to... Darkheart is a pony, that's why he could.
Yeah, I guess. He was using his brony form.
He used his brony form. He came in his rainbow
because bronies
wearing his Rainbow Dash hoodie.
Bronies are 100% allowed to stand on holy ground.
Yeah, they're fine.
No, they're fine.
So
he gets the contract, and, like, the former Ghost Rider was like, not only am I gonna, like, give you the contract, I will lead you to the town.
Yeah, and then there's the coolest and only good scene in the whole movie.
Yeah, where
it's when they're riding side by side.
It is a cool scene.
It is a cool scene, except for that poor guilty lizard. So, so they're like, he's riding his motor. He's like, "Can you keep up?" And they like, old Ghost Rider's on his horse. He's like, what do you mean? And he
ignites the horse.
Ignites the horse, and it becomes this cool skeletal horse. The coolest looking guy, by the way. Just cooler than anything. And they go riding across the desert together. And they're racing each other, and it's really cool. And there's this lizard who's like, what's that? And they drive by, and the lizard just turns to a skeleton and burns to a crisp. I'm like, I guess the lizard was guilty. I don't know what sin it committed, but
it coveted his brother's mealworms.
I guess. That poor... So they get to the area, and the guy's like, well, that's all I had left in me. I only had one last ride left. Here you go. And bye. Here's my gun.
I was like,
here's my gun.
My people need me. Goodbye. And he just sort of fades away.
Really poorly CGI is out of existence. And I'm like, oh.
Yeah.
Why couldn't he have fought with them and died a heroic death? Could you have, how cool that would have been? They could have fought that water demon angel together. Or he could have been like, don't go on ahead. I got this.
Or it could have showed, it could have been a thing to show once, because once Darkheart or whatever his name is gets all of the souls, it could have showed how powerful it was by he could have grabbed his his face and just crushed his skull,
Yeah,
something like that.
Out of the way. There were so many better options. Hey, let us write your movies. We're qualified.
Well,
anyway.
Honestly, after seeing this movie, I feel like we might be more qualified.
So then...
I feel like Titus is more qualified.
He goes into a swamp out of nowhere because the angel...
The water angel is like...
The wet one.
Yeah, the wet one.
The wet wipe.
Oh, man. Okay, let me back up about these angels.
I didn't watch this fight at all.
The designs of these angels are interesting.
They're
they
cool.
really, they first of all, way better than the devil they have.
Well, Darkheart's also better than Darkheart, who's just an emo kid. He's just a grumpy emo kid.
The Earth's guy, he was this big, broad shoulder, bald guy that just kind of has this constant, every time he walks, you see these plumes of dust coming off of him. And the water one is this, if you've ever been on he just looks like he's constantly sweaty. He just is always just coming out of a rainstorm or something.
Yeah. Though they all had a little the air one was always wispy.
Yeah, and he had his jacket had this actually feathered shoulder.
They tried with these. They tried really hard. And then the Earth one who didn't live very long actually had some stuff too.
Well, I was just saying he was big broad shoulder. He always
That's
had
true.
this cloud of dust around him. They were so much cooler. The three henchmen were so much cooler than either the devil or his emo kid.
Or the brony.
Yeah, it's just I don't know. There's so much there is potential here a little bit, but they don't do anything with it. Anyways, so yeah, he goes into the swamp where the water angel is, and he tries to drown him, and he's got this look on his face haha, you brought this up, haha, I've seen Pokemon. Water is strong against fire.
He's just I was like, oh yeah, he's
well.
Oh no, oh my goodness. And then he's like, oh wait, this isn't normal fire, it's hell's fire, desire.
Oh, I feel like it's haha, I have...
Why did we do that movie?
I have the type advantage. I am water and you're fire. What's this? What's this on your jacket? Main character. Ah, crap. That was really what it felt like.
Plot armor.
Yeah, plot armor. But you're right. It is not normal fire. It's
it is. It's some kind of weird hellfire.
Yeah, supernatural hellfire.
He beats the water demon.
Yeah.
Heads into town. And he's like, I got the girl. Hand it over. And he's like, okay, well, her first. He's like, sure, chucks her. I'm like, first off, why would you do that? Why would you do that first? And then Ghost Rider tries to beat the crap out of him. And then he tries to pin it stare him. And he's like, oh no, oh. And he's like, it doesn't work on me. I don't have a cell.
Yep.
Oh, wait, that did happen earlier. That happened in
yeah,
the
something.
house.
Yeah, it happened
It happened when he was about to kidnap her.
It happened sometime in the movie.
So he gets the little scuffle, waffle happens, some gunfire.
And then the sun comes up.
Chucking fireballs at him.
Yep.
And then the sun comes up and he loses all his coolness.
Yep.
Even though we know he can do fire when he's not Ghost Rider. Anyway, let's not think about details.
And eventually, like, when that happens,
he gets all the souls, and this is a cool scene. This is where the CGI budget went.
This is literally the entire budget, I feel like, this movie went into
Raiders
this
of the
scene.
Lost Ark vibes the whole time during this scene. Because he's like, I have your contract, souls of Vinzo Guanza. I don't know the name of it. Come to me!
Vinzo Guacamole. Yeah.
Guacamole, come to me! And like they all just start coming out of nowhere. And they're like these weird dust devils, basically. And they're flying all over the place. They're like, woo, woo. And they look like the scene from like a Ark of the Covenant. Not Ark of the Covenant.
Raiders of the Lost Ark.
And I kept going, this reminds me of that. And they all go into his mouth, which was creepy.
Yep.
And then he gets all the souls, and he's like, then he has a really cool line. This is probably the whole good part of the movie, honestly, is them racing down, and then like Legion's final form was pretty creepy. Except that, remember when he opened his eyes?
Yeah, they're like...
They put an Instagram filter. His eyes were larger than normal.
Yeah.
And it looked like those stupid, like when you put your, like when it scans your face and for a second it just pops your eyes bigger.
Yeah.
It looked like that. But he was like, we are Legion, for we are many. The way he said it was really cool.
It really was. Now, for those of you who may not...
Who's Legion, honey?
Know what this is a reference to. In the Life and Times
in the Bible.
Yep, this is straight out of and that
You like how it took me this long to realize
that line itself is a direct quote from the Bible. It's in I think this story's in all four Gospels.
What's Legion doing in
real quick breakdown of the story that this is based off of. So Jesus was walking with his disciples, and he comes across a demon-possessed man, but he is not like possessed by one. No. He calls out to the demon, is like, what's, identify yourself. And since it's, God in human form, the demons are like, have to, answer him, and they answer, we are Legion, for we are many. If you know what a legion is, like militarily, a legion is made up of multiple, like a centurion company. That's the multiple of those makes up a legion. Like legions are huge, section of army. So a lot of demons, and Jesus is like,
but these aren't demons in the movie.
Yeah, and they start to plead with Jesus, like, please don't, let us go into the pigs, and, we'll leave this body, and we'll go into the pigs, we won't bother you. And Jesus is like, sure, because, go ahead.
I mean, pigs literally can jump into the ocean water anyway.
Yeah.
So what was the point of going into the pigs?
Because,
maybe they just didn't know what was going to happen. Also, that just opened up a whole new thing. Can animals get possessed?
Apparently.
That explains our cats.
Oh, sometimes. Yeah.
We need to get some holy water ASAP.
Yeah, right.
Some anointing oil.
I need an old priest and a young priest.
No, they're also cats.
No. We
do the Exorcist, but with cats.
It basically kind of shows, that was the thing that this movie's drawing from. And it's actually something that's been referenced in other things. They called... the
Mass Effect
had a character named Legion, and they literally pulled that from that Bible verse. It was basically, like I said, it's one of the most memorable times that Jesus cast out demons in the Bible, because it's a crazy
story.
It's a crazy story, and it was a lot. This dude had a lot of demons.
It's a lot of demons.
It's a lot of demons.
A lot of contracts. No, that's not how that works. So he's like, we are Legion, we are many. And
I think it was the delivery of this line. That was one of the
good line to watch.
Good line deliveries.
And he looked pretty creepy once he got over his Instagram filter eyes.
Yeah.
And it wasn't Instagram, it's like Twitter and
whatever they are, yeah.
So they fight.
Yep.
And they explode him.
Yeah.
And he literally pulls himself back together in a really creepy CGI scene of all the souls just slowly crawling back
like
together.
stitching the dudes together. Like, I was like watching that. I was like, this is where this movie's budget.
Where the budget went. I see. That's why they only paid that kid $12.
Because this is legitimately. This is legitimately.
It was creepy.
A creepy scene.
The tone shift was pretty good there, except for that the whole movie didn't have that tone shift.
I was gonna say
Constantine is a better movie than this movie.
If they could have kept this part, like if they could have kept that the feel of the whole movie, we could have had a decent movie on our hands. But instead,
he pulls himself together, and they're like, "Oh, what are we gonna do? I need to get him in the shadow." So they try to get him inside the church.
Yeah.
Oh, they already got him inside the church here, maybe.
They already got him inside the church.
Okay, so they got him inside the church so he
only to find out the church has no roof.
Yeah,
oh
so he
no!
can only do it in shadow. Oh man, there's a scene in the movie, I don't remember where it was, where he, like, when he swaps the Ghost Rider and he, like, literally just, like, jumps into Ghost Rider form. It's, like, this instantaneous thing. Yeah. I actually really liked that transformation where he's not, like, this weird, horrible burning away of the flesh, but just, like, I'm Ghost Rider now.
Yeah.
Anyway, so he gets close to this guy and he does the penitent stare on him.
And turns out,
wait, there's 1,000 souls in here.
Yeah, turns out, Johnny boy, you done goofed because...
Wait, no, you can't say Johnny boy.
Oh, yeah, because Johnny,
his name is Johnny Blaze. Johnny Blaze!
Yeah. Turns out you done goofed because now you do have a soul.
You've done goofed, Brody boy.
Yeah, Brody boy.
And then he was able to basically, I mean, he could make that dark heart feel the pain of all those hurt by these people. 1,000 souls worth of guilt and sin. Yep, and so he gets the cool coal eyes, and that's it for him.
Yep.
He's donezo. Yay!
Yay!
They can ride off into the... Oh, wait,
the devil.
Oh, wait, the devil.
The bad devil.
He's like, hello.
You've done good job. I will
give
take
me
back...
your best devil voice.
I'm not going to.
Yeah, I'll give you mine.
He's like, good job. You did your job, and now I'll go ahead and take the powers back.
And you can live your life, but you gotta give me the souls.
And then Nicolas Cage is like,
no, wrong actor. Wrong actor.
That's Jeff Goldblum.
That's the wrong. Yeah. Dude, this movie with Jeff Goldblum.
Oh, yes.
It just got so. Yeah. I'm
gonna use my penitent stare on
penitent stare time.
I
want to watch Jurassic Park.
So it makes me smile because one of my supervisors looks straight up like Jeff Goldblum.
What if he really is Jeff Goldblum?
He might be. No, because Jeff Goldblum, I've seen Jeff Goldblum in some of the newer stuff, and he has aged very much.
I mean, that happens to us all.
Yeah.
So he's like, no, I'm not gonna. I'm gonna keep the powers. I'm gonna use them against you. And that's how I'm gonna atone for every guilty, innocent blood spilt. It's like my dad's, and I'll be coming for you. And the devil's like, oh, curse you, because apparently I can't do anything about this.
Yeah, and he just buggers off. Like, he just leaves.
Let's leave room for the sequel. Goodbye.
Which
there is one.
There is a sequel.
We're not doing it.
We are going to have to do it. And I'll be honest with you, from what I understand, it's worse than the original.
18% on Rotten Tomatoes. Anyway, so Roxanne's like, why does all these things keep driving us apart? And he's like, too bad, so sad, bye girl. And he dips.
He dips, yeah.
And there's like a whole scene, but it's not worth it. And that's Ghost Rider.
Yeah.
A lot of dipping.
This is, again, it's incomprehensible. Some of the stuff.
It's really bad. How did this get a sequel?
Because
I guess it made money.
It did make money. Good advertising.
It has a lot. I mean, this came after Daredevil, which I think did okay.
Yeah, it did. Yeah.
And the X-Men movies were doing okay.
Yeah. It was.
Anyway.
I don't know. I
can't even formulate conversation about it anymore. It's
I can't even recommend it for a laugh because it's like it's not okay. So theologically, it doesn't even try.
No, it doesn't even try with
And the comic
the
books...
Marvel lore. It doesn't even try with the Marvel lore. It doesn't try.
Yeah.
Because it's in this era where they're like, we gotta make these movies stand by themselves.
Yeah.
Not connected with anything. And it's like, that doesn't work. It's not working. At least try some lore building here.
Yeah.
So...
Well, it's... Part of that was because Marvel, like, freaking shotgun most of its properties out, and because of, like, how contracts work, like, all of these disparate parts of Marvel. Like, Marvel, the whole reason Marvel's able to do the MCU in the first place is because they started to gather up all of their, like, royalties.
Their own thing. Anyway, I'm done talking about this movie.
Yes. Real quick before we end, we are going to be on vacation for next couple weeks.
For August.
Yeah, we're gonna take August off because
there's a lot going on with COVID-19 shifting things, with school starting, with jobs changing. So we're gonna take a little break. We'll be back probably. It'll probably be one in late August.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna say exactly when. Let me look at the dates. I'll say when then.
She'll look at the date. Also, super sorry that this one was so late.
August 25th.
August 25th. We'll be back August 25th. I'm really sorry that this one was late. It's been...
And those of you who I got emails from, we will get to you soon. We are deciding on how we want to do emails still, so.
Okay.
As always, thank you for listening. We are Faithful Nerds, a commentary and discussion podcast. We research, break down, and do our best to stay true to our faith. But as always, we are flawed human beings who make mistakes. Speaking of which, if you want to contact us and give us feedback, corrections, or further questions, you can reach us at faithfillednerds@gmail.com, facebook.com/faithfulnerds, and Twitter @nerdsfaith.
There we go. Thank you to Steve Rue for the use of his jazz album for the opening and closing of our program. You can find Steve Rue at youtube.com/Steve Rue or wherever online music is sold. Thank you all for your support. Just knowing that you are listening really encourages us to continue working on this. Please leave your reviews, ratings on whatever platform you listen to. And now for our random out-of-context Bible verse.
Joshua 6:9. It also included all the towns and their villages that were set aside for the Ephraimites within the inheritance of the Manassites.
I'm John Mark.
And I'm Michelle.
And the words of the immortal Wolfwood go with God.